Now that we know how to get the loan, Anne, it's your turn.
Great.
Tell us what you think about buyers.
Well, I think buyers are fabulous, and I think it's a great time for buyers to get into the market, Bobbi, and we certainly have a great area here for them to enter into the marketplace.
I agree with you on that.
Yeah.
So tell us, what does 2007 look like for you and with buyers?
I think 2007 is going to be a great year. I think we're going to see some moderate appreciation. And I think 2008, we're going to see it level off a little bit, but I think 2007 is going to be a great year. And everything I've seen in the market so far this year supports that.
Buyers are going to be listening and going, you've got to be kidding. The newspapers are saying, forget it, there's just so much inventory, you're going to be able, don't buy now. I mean, all that stuff, garbage, 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 garbage in, garbage out. What would you counsel buyers to do this year?
Bobbi, we're in such a great area here. If you sat down to design an area to invest in, you couldn't design an area more perfect than what we have right here. We're landlocked. There's nowhere else left to build. We have a diverse economic base, which means a lot of jobs. We have culture, education, climate. We have a great position on the Pacific Rim. If you compare us to Hong Kong, Tokyo, Singapore, our prices are still very reasonable. That's one reason we're seeing a great influx from the Far East to this area. In many of those countries, they're not allowed to own the dirt. And so when they can come here and buy a house and actually own the land, it's a fantastic opportunity. So you couldn't find a better area to invest in than we have right here.
Well, I think one of your slides really addressed the needs versus desires.
That's correct.
You know, kind of elaborate on that
Sure.
with buyers.
I have a lot of buyers who come into my office and sit down and they say, we need a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. And we start to talk and I ask, what's your price range? And then I discover the price range really isn't for a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. So we talk about what they really need. What they need is a 3-bedroom, 2-bath home. What they would desire is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath home. So when buyers can sit down, I think it's really important for them to do this before they go out with their agent the first time. Write down what their actual needs are. Write down what their wants are. Prioritize. Then they're not setting themselves up for disappointment when they go out. They can concentrate on their needs, and then if they can get a few of their desires, they can get the pool, they can get walking distance to school, they can get great schools, then that's a bonus for them. But they need to concentrate on their needs first, or they're just setting themselves up for a big disappointment.
Do you ever have them do the list? A couple, each one of them, don't let them copy off each other?
Absolutely, and it's very interesting.
Isn't it?
It is indeed.
It's like, do you two know each other?
That's right. Are you buying the same house?
That's right. That's right. That's absolutely right. Now, I have also, with regards to the loan, they should get pre-approved, but how do you feel? Should they have that loan locked? Should they know exactly the loan, or do they kind of find out where they set up in the price range?
Well, I think it's really important that they go to a lender, find out what amount they can afford to borrow, and get a pre-approval letter. Because when you make an offer for them, that needs to go in the package so that the seller will know that they have really serious buyers. They also need to discuss with the lender where they are financially. If they're buying the house for 5 years, they may not want the 30-year fixed. They may want to get an adjustable. If they're going to have a huge increase in income in a year or two, they might want to stretch and buy a house that they're really not comfortable buying right now. If they had to do a 30-year fixed rate mortgage, they might do interest only, where they know that they can refinance in a couple of years and have the house that they want right now.
And you spoke of clarity and communication. That comes up, that pops up on your slides a lot.
Right.
Well,
it's really important that they be very clear with their agent as to what it is that they're looking for. If it's important to them, if their primary concern is schools, they need to voice that. Their agent needs to understand that that's the first thing they should look at. If they want a particular school district, that's what they need to talk about. So they, again, shouldn't set themselves up for disappointment by not discussing these details with their agent.
The last thing we want to address is, of all these things, of the loan, of the pre-approval, of shopping around, yada, 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 which is the most? It's location, yes?
Location, location, location. Cliche we've heard for years and years. But when you're going out to buy a home, you want to think about future resale, desirability of the property. You want to be certain that you look at the character of the neighborhood, the schools, the proximity to highways, facilities, services, all of those things really make it important for resale later on.
Well, I got a call and someone said, Bobbi, do you know I can buy something 25 acres for only $150,000? I'm like, yes, I'm sure.
Commute's terrible.
The commute's pretty bad to the Bay Area if you're looking at that. But anyway, thank you for joining us. Last but not least is going to be our guest, Justine Ford, so stay tuned.